Microphone unmuted. We can do this. We have the technology. As soon as I figure out what I'm doing. Greetings, everyone. How are we all doing this evening? Hope everyone's had a good weekend. There we go. We've got chat going. Now I just need to do a bunch of other stuff. Well, we wait for people to stream in. How are we all doing this evening? Good evening, Dark Wolf, Tom OTT, RVB, Anthony. Hope you're all doing well. Excuse me. Posting links and stuff so that people can do stuff. Really? Hmm. Sahil, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Nucleus, hello. Fair enough. It is night for me as well, technically. 6 o'clock in the evening. Fair enough, Harold. I did see there was a bit of controversy on HFY over the TTS channels. Not asking for permission to use stories, which is not unusual for them. And what am I doing? Just another chill stream. Gonna play some Last Epoch. That should do everything we need to do. Just making sure everything is sorted. In the setup. Okay, I think we are there, chat. I can give you my full attention. There we go. Hello. How are we all doing? Yeah, well, I mean, if you see a story and you think it's been stolen, let the author know. Then they can lodge a copyright claim and then maybe take the channel down, or at least get their work removed. Unfortunately, the burden is on the authors because it's their content. Fair enough, connects. I don't think it's supposed to feel natural. And close that screen. Sinuses are a bit poked today, so might sound a bit off. No, that's not the button I wanted. The button I wanted was this one, I think. Keep opening up the wrong screens. Just drop this a teeny touch more. There we go. Now we are at a nice, relaxing, chatting, chilling state with coffee. Yum. Oh, I don't think we're going to get many people in tonight. Sunday nights tend to be a low point for the channel, for engagement and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. And then tomorrow I increase my physio, increase the resistance, so hopefully 2 weeks I can start gel time, definitely. I'll be back as soon as I can. Unfortunately, I mean, it does. It's like, I see all these AI channels producing content. I'm like, I need to get back to work as soon as possible. But I also don't want to ruin my voice and, you know, make all the operations and stuff a moot point. So I'll definitely work to get back to producing content as soon as I can. Fair enough. Nothing to see here. My wife also, there's certain channels she listens to fall asleep. Thank you very much, Gummy Mouse. Yes, these bad boys do need their own little bit of gel to keep them in line. Well, I mean, Harold, there's been a 50% view drop on the channel, so there's a lot of people that I think have watched a majority of the videos. So there has definitely been a hit, and I'm guessing, well, hopefully when I start recording again, I can start putting back those views. Thank you, Sven. Much appreciated, yeah. No problems. Now we're just recovering. Nice, connects. I hope that goes well. I mean, last night I was doing a, for lack of a better word, stock take on my voices, and just doing that strained my voice a bit, so it's going to be a little while. RTD42, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. It's much appreciated. Just a little note that those gifted subs are on YouTube. They are randomly given out. It's not chosen by Artie or myself. So, yeah. If you do get one, just send a thank you to Artie. Well, I mean, I still get about 100 new subs every day, so there are new people every day finding the channel. Good evening, Vault. Hope you're doing well. That would be because there are only 30 people watching. I think could be something to do with that. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously taken a dip since the surgery. I was putting in about 150 new subs a day. Now it's between 50 and 60, which is understandable. Nah, I mean, I'm not producing content. Firebrands Phoenix, or Firebirds Phoenix. On YouTube, it shouldn't cost you money to subscribe. It should just cost you money to become a member. Because, you know, Twitch and YouTube use completely different terminology to confuse everyone. Good evening, Blood Cult. Hope you're well. I'm doing okay, Gregory. I'm doing okay. Well, I don't really do shorts in general, so I haven't tried that yet. Oh, I will try it next time I do a short. Well, let's do that. We'll go back to killing, murdering, and having chat. You know, it's nice to have a conversation while one commits genocide. That is very true, Harold. Very true. Yes, I think he's sleeping behind the green screen. I could be wrong. Might be missioning about. Such as a dog's life. And a prerogative. I'm glad you're enjoying, Gordon. I figured that's what you meant, connects. Otherwise, it would be a completely different website to talk about my anus. There shouldn't be a bot. Maybe there is a bot. Night Owl. Can't remember whether I connected a bot to my YouTube channel. And if there is, it's very muted because most bots are designed for Twitch. So the commands don't work. Good evening, Maximum6188. Hope you're doing well. We're going to have the chill music while we commit genocide. Yeah. Lo-fi and kill. I think that's the way it should be. Definitely gonna try. And I'm in 341. Definitely gonna try. And if they respawn, I'll kill them again. Just as the way of an ARPG. Yeah, more and more people are filtering in. Maybe the YouTube system is actually hold on. Here we go. Actually sending out notifications for a change. Game movie recaps. I am aware of it. It's not the first time that it has happened. It has happened several times before. I think in that case, the authors need to file a copyright claim against the channels that are stealing their content. Well, not a copyright claim, a copyright strike against the channels. And then, yeah, 3 copyright strikes and the channel gets deleted. If they habitually steal work, then I think they deserve that. I go out of my way to speak with authors, get permission. It's unfortunate that the onus is on the authors to do this, but that is the way of things. Thank you for the super chat, nothing. It's much appreciated. So far, everything's going well. The voice is getting there. Going to be rough again from tomorrow because we're upping the stress in the voice for physio. But we're getting there. Excuse me. Fair enough, Vault. But, yeah, there are people who think because it's posted for free means you can use it for free without asking. And there's not just TTS channels. There have been normal narration channels that have thought that. Rogue Minion? The test was successful, I think. Maybe it wasn't. Depends on what you're testing. As long as it's not an algebra test, because I haven't studied. Or, you know, anything really, because I haven't studied. Nothing to see here. I think in that case you go and apologize to the person it hit. Look, I honestly don't really do much to the eyebrows. They just do whatever the hell they want. I mean, I'm the only person I know who has eyebrows that have bad hair days. Well, say bad hair day, I mean bad hair life. The problem is the more people your production has, the higher the cost. And all too often channels increase the cost to a channel before it is ready. And then they lose. Even big channels I've seen expand too far. And that means they can't roll on a lean month. Like, for instance, this month where I'm earning a fraction of what I normally earn. A decentish fraction, but still a fraction. If I had too many employees to pay, we would be So doing a full production opens yourself up to that sort of problem. Because at the moment, my employees include myself and my wife, me and my editor. So, you know, if we have a tough month, we can both tighten the belt, and that's great. No, nothing to see. I haven't delved into that. That is something that, I don't know. Wouldn't want to say it's intimidating to delve into, but I have enough on my plate as it is. At the end of the day, I'm also storied out, so I don't really go look for more fiction to consume. Why, thank you, Game Movie Recaps. That is such a wonderful thing for you to say. Mediocre content. That's great. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, Movie Cam. I don't post on Reddit, so I didn't create anything. I just gave my opinion. You don't like my opinion? Fair enough. This is a free world. You can always go and move and watch another stream. Copyright holders have copyright holder rights. That's my only point. If you steal content, then authors have an avenue to work with. If you ask politely, I'm sure most authors wouldn't mind. And then you don't have a problem. Ooh, conspiracy theory. Dude, if I wanted to do better stuff, I would just make content. I do not have the energy to create secondary conspiracy accounts to cause trouble. Especially when I'm recovering from surgery. Also, you know, not the first time this has happened, not the first post about it. Yes. One would think that, but who knows? Cheers, nothing to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's one of those things, Harold. One of those things. If I want to do a better job at doing my job and fix up all the, not brokenness, but problems with my voice, then it's what I had to do. But hopefully I can come back better than before. Create content for everyone. Whether I'm being accused of conspiracies or doing insane things. Who are you talking to, Game Movie Recaps? Authors need their rights. That's all I'm saying. If you're arguing against that, then okay. But you seem to be arguing the same thing as I am. Authors need to protect their stories. Copyright infringement's a thing. And if you're stealing stuff, are you truly a creator? Yeah, that was a definitely different time. Yeah. It's just interesting. Just give me a second. I want to see something. Clickety click. Clickety click. Clickety click. Sorry, I'm not very good at concentrating on two things at once. Which is really not that. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was just checking something. Sorry about that. We're back. Where are we? Troll. Pineapple or nothing. I don't like pineapple. For me. I don't care if other people have pineapple and stuff. No, we're doing decently in views. Okay. Well, I mean, my first thought is the movie recap genre is rife with, what it is? IP content thievery. So, what a good name. Well, we're getting there, Gregory, we're getting there. I mean, live streams are a different beast altogether. And it takes a different strain on the voice. This is more like conversational strain, which isn't too much. But we're getting there. Hopefully in a couple weeks we shall be back to full strength, well, enough strength to start releasing videos again. The old saying is always true, don't feed the trolls. If you think he's a troll, then let him do his own thing. Let him talk to himself in the corner. Don't let it affect you. Have a nice evening. A nice chat. Thank you, Katini. Much appreciated. I talk to myself in my room all the time. Well, I talk to my computer more than just myself, but, you know, same thing. Yes, definitely not a mental gent. I would say, who on earth would create secondary accounts to post that sort of stuff? But I suppose there are people that would. If I was going to post that, I would just use my main account. Why would I need a second account? So, you're upset that I'm talking about how copyright works on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I know how the copyright system works on YouTube. You asked me about the controversy, I answered. I ask every author for permission, and they give permission. If somebody doesn't ask, they don't have the rights to use their content, and there is an avenue for that as well. The author could also choose to do nothing. It's really not up to me. It's up to the author. That's not how copyright works, but okay. Well, YouTube copyright. If you're that worried, why don't you ask for permission? That was my only point. Most authors I've ever dealt with have been fantastic and just want to share their work with the world. And as far as I know, the one TTS channel does ask for permission. So, yeah. Mark Thrust, would seem so. Thanks, Mark. We should be back in a couple weeks. I think there is also a problem that copyright law is not universal, so it does change per country. So you may think that it works the same as your country's copyright law, but it doesn't. It works as the Americans' way of copyright law. Because YouTube is an American company. Good evening, Ayadama. How you doing?
Amazing. I never would have thought necromancy could be so glorified.
Gregory, I've never, well, all I do is I look for the popular stories of the last while. I get a hold, send them a message. They respond, they respond. If they don't, they don't. Then I don't do the story. It's as simple as that.
I never would have thought.
So I think I haven't really kept track of the numbers, but at one point it was about 60%. So 60% of people gave me permission.
Do not look surprised. A proper welcome is the least I can do.
Good evening, Pauline. My mother was Scottish. That's as close as it got.
I've heard of your power.
Thank you, Craig. It's getting there. It's getting there. In case of emergency, break a cop pot. That's a good story. Nice, short, sweet, funny one. Yeah. Doing his thing. Ooh. We're not doing well here. Maximum 6188. Glad the dogs are walked. Hope they're happy little boys and girls. Just want to do something quickly. So I'm going to pause the game. We'll do this while I don't pay attention to the game. I will pay attention to chat, however. It's the wrong window. Just seen as the point of this is the chat, not necessarily the game. Well, I'm technically South African. My dad is British and my mom is Scottish. I'm first generation South African, which is why the accent's a bit weird. Don't worry, I am paying attention. You know, the new place is nice. Well, it's not a new place now. We've been in here 6 months. It's decent. I mean, it takes a bit of getting used to. I mean, I lived in the old house for a very long time. Yeah, some housekeeping and some stuff. But nothing too hectic. Yeah, Charlize Theron is also South African. Well, I hope I don't sound like I'm from Florida. Yeah, well, it's an accent. It's pretty neutral, I think, for what is required. Vault, hope you have a nice dinner. Good evening, Professor. I'm just having a chill chat. I'm quickly typing up something to remember for later. And then we'll go back to a game and a chill chat. Whether I'm playing Typing Simulator or playing a game of murdering millions of demonic hordes there, the chat is the important thing. Thank you very much, Scott. Kind words are much appreciated. Well, we've moved house, and we're in the process of immigrating. That's going to take months, so, yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to record ahead of time so that the immigration isn't affected. Well, when I immigrate, the channel isn't affected, but once we're closer to that time, all right. We can prove that I can't multitask. I typed and stared at something. All right. Immigrating, yes. Probably Portugal. We've been trying to get into England for almost 2 years. We've had no headway there, so we're looking to go to Portugal. Their immigration process is a lot more forgiving for international earners like myself. So there's that. Maximum, I will be redoing all my old stories as re-Tifos, just giving them a new spin on an old content, give them a nice update. So there is that. Mark Thrust, yes, I do enjoy sci-fi stories, otherwise I probably wouldn't narrate them. In fact, it's kind of why I started the channel. I was listening to a lot of No Sleep, and while I do enjoy horror, No Sleep was not really scratching that itch, and there was nobody really doing sci-fi or fantasy narration, so I just thought I would try it myself, and desperation to, make some money. Fair enough, Ryseth. Time travel does erase most evils. Geneva what? I did not. Grey Ghost, I will immediately open up a tab on my browser with the search for Operation Harp. Isn't it 2 A's? It's a 1A. Harp gun. There we go. I've got the Google search open, and hopefully I will remember it when I look at the screen. So now I will... Hello? Is anybody out there? I was sitting here and then everybody disappeared and... hello? Am I alone? Ah, there we go. No, my VPN disconnected for some reason. It decided, no, we are not going to do this. And then disconnected and reconnected. Anyway, what was I doing? I don't know how much was lost. But Grey Ghost, I've got the tab open so that I won't forget it. So I'll definitely try do my homework for next time. We can go back to this. Rest of the. So no, I didn't do no sleep. I was just listening to it at the time. I didn't do anything at that point. I wasn't a creator. I was just a mere consumer of content. Other than the stories and series that I'm currently narrating, I don't tend to read much these days outside of that. So it's one of those things. Even if it's a story that I've read partially, I don't really read them in private anymore. It is what it is. By the end of the day, I'm tired of reading and I'm tired of talking. Okay, we're back. Good, returned. Yes, Twitch is going. We're almost at 70 people watching, which is great. Total. Got a maps. That sucks. Right. Froze bad. Right. VPN. How dare? Definitely. Anyone notice, just a random thing, that more and more websites aren't functioning with VPNs? It's actually getting quite ridiculous now. Anyway, still wonky. Got it. Paulin, that was the case. It has been upgraded. We had 2 C cables installed. So, I mean, I've got a 100 meg connection, which is great. Problem is that the C connection has taken damage this week, so they're busy repairing it. So, there is that. I'm glad that you're consuming the content. It is very much appreciated. All right, YouTube 46. Well, I've got 40, 11, and 6 on Twitter. So that would make it 51? Almost 60. Sorry, my maths was off. Maths on a Sunday evening. When I was in school, I never envisioned having to do maths on a Sunday evening ever again. But here I am, as an adult, doing basic maths on a Sunday evening. And yes, maths is spelled with 2 W's, just so we all know this. Two W's, 2 F's. Maths. The W's are silent, obviously. Paulin, that is great news. Go get yourself some biltong, some marmite, and beacon all sorts. Not beacon, licorice all sorts. And you have a nice, merry South African experience. If you really want to be adventurous, try getting some atcha. But I doubt that they would import that into another country because I think that it is a health risk. It is the thermonuclear version of a food health risk.
It eludes me.
So the place I'm planning on moving to speaks predominantly English. So my dumbass can learn Portuguese as I go. At this point, I use all my language abilities on the channel. So by the end of the day, learning a new language will be a pain in the ass. But, it's easier once you're living in the culture. So hopefully while living in Portugal, in a English-speaking place, I can learn a bit of Portuguese to get by. Yeah. Well, I mean, back then, smartphones weren't a thing. Cell phones were barely a thing. I don't know, Professor Rye. I might. So a common thing is an author will write a story as a once-off, and they post it as a once-off on Reddit, and it is very popular. And it's open-ended enough that it could be a series. So I mean, they don't really plan for it to be a series when they start.
Grand.
And then I'll narrate the story before it becomes a series. And then it becomes the series. So series go to the series channel, whereas one-shots go to the one-shot channel. So once that change happens, it's very difficult to slot that back into like my normal stuff. Yeah, the problem with most of the apps is they do Brazilian Portuguese, which is a different variation, very different, than Portugal Portuguese, European Portuguese, I think they call it. So yeah, I mean, once I'm closer, I will be doing that. At the moment, I'm having to relearn not only my voice, but all the other voices I can do, which is basically almost as bad as learning a new language. So once all of that's done, my recovery's finished, we'll see where we are and how much I can learn. Anybody who's heard me speak any form of other language know that language other than English, not really my strong suit. Rise Earth, yep, I moved all these series from the main channel to the secondary channel called the series channel, imaginatively. So if I did do the series portion of that, it would be on the series channel. Look, I mean, you got to remember that authors are people too, and they might start writing in their youth, and then life happens, you know, a pesky thing. So, Nightowl, I can barely speak Afrikaans. That was a conscious decision, really. I could speak it well enough to pass matric. I know. Shocker. Authors are people. Kill and loot. I did heavily promote the series channel. It is also linked in every single description of every single video since then. Problem is, publicizing it on every single video gets very old, especially for the people that have already subscribed to the series channel. But yeah, I should probably try to be better at mentioning it. Yes, very, very, very true. The fifth element, that specific line, struck a chord deep within my soul. Yes, but this isn't a video. This is a stream. Sorry, just stubbed my toe. The problem with putting more stuff at the end of videos is that's considered an outro. And if too much of the intro and outro as a percentage of the video is the same every video, you can lose your demonetization for reused content. So that's why every single video's intro is unique and the outro is static-ish. So adding more stuff to the outro could trigger it to be too much. So I try not to add too much stuff to the outro. Plus, the moment the outro starts, people just click off. So they wouldn't see it most of the time anyway. We have 2 points. What are we doing? Very true, real. That's very specifically why that stopped happening. I think I had like 4 or 5 different intros that I would cycle, but it was still considered reused content. James, there's nothing I can do about that. That is the YouTube search function. I really can't change the SEO of stuff. Well, I don't need a link tree. I've got just the normal description. I can put all the links to all the stuff. So all my social medias, my Discord, the other channels, my email address, a bunch of other stuff is in there. I'm glad you enjoyed that one, Sven. James, if you also go to my channel, if you click on it, my linked channels would have my second and series channel. The second channel is just a compilation channel, so it has compilations of stuff that's on the first channel. Well, thank you for sticking with us, Gordon. I hope work goes well for you. PayPal is also in the description. Ko-Fi is in the description. Patreon's in the description. Lots of stuff's in the description. But most people don't click on... If it's not in the first and second line of the description, it might as well not really exist. Yep. That is very true, Night Owl. What are we doing? We're doing... I think we'll go with that. And then skills. Do we have anything on skills? Skills. Sure, we'll go with that one. Very true, Zilvara. Sometimes you find interesting stuff down there. Sometimes you don't. Well, most of the time you don't.
Be so glorified. Something so grand.
I've been expecting you.
Well, thank you. Where's my tea?
You should have seen this coming. Yeah.
I've heard of your power. Let's see how you feel. Who are you?
Nice, herder. What you having for lunch? Plain ground beef. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. Guessing standing on the blue stuff's not good. As long as I don't stand on anything and keep my summons up, I should be able to kill him. Kill him and dead. Oh, second phase. Right, oh good. Just to make my life difficult.
It eludes.
Thank you, I think. They are tactical assault eyebrows. They've seen some time.
Why are you here?
Or battle worms. Battle caterpillars. It took me a while to figure out what that was. It was my phone screaming at me to remember something to forget. Which is what phones are for. Pizza sounds good. Ah, 2 mobs. Cheers, Iodana. Hope you have a great day too. Oh, I'm glad that helps, Vladimir. Eyebrow attack, definitely. I should get them braided, I'm afraid. I've seen how some people braid stuff and just ripping the hair out. That is very true. That is what they are. They are alarm clocks that we have to pay for on a monthly basis.
Now's our chance. Quick.
Don't care. Yes, bedazzled. All right. Bottles of liquid stuff that look like piss. But I assure you there it's not. All right.
Finally back in my own era. Looks like
Woohoo!
fools will have to die yet if I'm to get off this mountain.
What are we doing? More of that. Sounds good. Fair enough. Nanite eyebrow sounds pretty cool. If I leave my eyebrows alone for too long, they'll mutiny my face. Take control. I have that with the moustache. Got that one strand over here that curls up and goes into my nose and tickles. Very, very not fun when you talk for a living. Yes. They are the reinforcements. It's the only reason why I have a moustache and beard is to keep the eyebrows at bay. Oh, wait, I forgot. Why has the music stopped? It took me a while to notice that the chill, lo-fi beats have stopped. Well, Joshua, somebody should tell that to my ear and nose hair. Music. Music is that one. Right. Ooh. Why have we started all loud again? There we go. The nice chill beats of the lo-fi, dragging us into the sleepy land this evening, afternoon, or morning. If you're at work, you may want to stand up, otherwise you will fall asleep. Lo-fi from outer space. Good afternoon, or evening, Lynn. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Voice is definitely doing a lot better than it was 6 days ago at the start of recovery. You can even hear that it's been more consistent through the stream, even though I've been talking pretty much the whole time. So, yeah, we're doing well. We're getting there. Not paying attention. Liquid. Well, we've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes. Voice seems good. I'm still good. Back's a bit tweaky, but thankfully, I took some medication before the stream for the back. So, we should be able to sit still. Yes, I can agree with that, Paul. Phone channel? Yes, I did take them down. There is an announcement on the series channel. I just forgot that they existed on the compilation channel as well. Roltz has released his books on Amazon. And he has released a audio version, AI audio version through Amazon, but that also has an exclusivity clause, just like any other narration on, well, like most narrations on Amazon, so I had to remove my content. It happened about a month ago, 2 months ago, on the series channel, but at that time I actually forgot that it existed on the compilation channel. Somebody reminded me, so I just went and removed it. I didn't really think many people were watching it there. Apparently, I was wrong. Enjoy your dog walk, Craig? Hopefully the doggos enjoy it too. Jeremy, I'm doing my best to come back stronger than ever. But rather take my time, get back into full fighting force. I can come back with all the voices, locked, loaded, and ready for combat. Transfer. No, this is probably not a gaming chair. This is 100% orthopedic chair. The reason why it looks like it's the camera angle. It's really the thing making me look like I'm sitting squiff. Yeah, that's the camera angle. Oh. Because I'm not facing, if I face the camera dead on like this, you can see that I'm sitting pretty straight. But because I'm tilted, my whole body's tilted. It looks like I'm sitting a bit off. So, camera angle, not me. Probably Ryseth. I mean, I've put a couple 100 hours into the normal Factorio, so... Yeah. Yeah. Mustache wax does work on eyebrows. It also, gel. Gel is the ultimate solution. Yeah, so I mean, this is a proper... I'm 40 years old. Gaming chairs mean nothing to me. Actually, no, I lie. I'm 40 years old. Gaming chairs mean excruciating pain for me. So I do have proper office chairs. Which do help significantly with back problems, but back problems are still back problems. Especially when... one of the ways I normally combat the back problems is I get up and walk around every hour or so, which is frowned upon when you're streaming. So there's that. Well, we're heading into winter now, so time to warm the face with excess hair. Yay, excess hair! Woohoo! Thank you very much for the super chat, Nicholson. It's very much appreciated. Much appreciated for that message. Senegal is pretty cool. Look, I mean, as far as I know, there are several decently sized South African YouTubers. I don't really pay that much attention. I mean, when I'm searching for a YouTuber, I don't search based on country. So, I personally haven't come... No, I did. I came across one, which was a drone guy. He set the world record for the fastest drone. He was South African. It is what it is. I mean, up until recently, our internet has been absolute shite. So, uploading and stuff would be very, 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 very difficult, especially at your higher frame rates and resolutions. I would, but they've got the run of the house, so sometimes they're around, sometimes they're not. I think the dog is behind the green screen, or it's with my wife. I'm not sure. So if it wandered past, don't get me wrong, I would snag it and show it to the world in the hopes of free money, because, you know, dogs, cute, money, always. I mean, I'm not above abusing my dog's cuteness for money. But other than that, they tend to mission about. Sleeping's getting there. With the sore throat, sinuses as well has been a bit of a mission over the last little while. But we're returning to a normalish schedule. So 8 hours of sleep, trying to get to that. Yeah. So the 24-hour stream runs ads, which YouTube decides when the ads happen. The name of the dog, since I only have one, is Dog. Its actual name is Batman, but we never actually call it by its name because it's the only dog we have. So we normally call it Boy Dog. And we have a cat, which is named Belial after Diablo 4, because when he was young, his farts could fucking strip paint. But we don't call him that either, because he's our only boy cat, so he gets called Boy Cat. Very, 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 very. The fish went to a friend of mine. Because we were expecting to move country and everything, I didn't want to upset them too much, so just about the time when we were getting ready to pack everything up in the house, I've got a friend who's hugely into animals of all sorts, so he's looking after them. They were doing well. They are fish, so I mean they can only live for so long, but he would definitely take great care of them. And he'd been talking about getting an aquarium again for a while, so they're living a retirement worthy of the thespians, of the Actors Guild, of Fishtopia. Yes, I mean, they spent hours learning those to choreograph for the action scenes, so they definitely deserve it. I still have the Enterprise model. So I walked into a random fish store. We were someplace and it was like, oh look, there's a pet store, let's go have a look. And was wandering through all the stuff, and then they had the Millennium Falcon and the Enterprise. I'm like, oh, okay. This is completely random, but I'm going to buy them. So I did. Good day, Badana. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. This day's treating you as best it can. No. So the way that, as far as I understand, YouTube Premium works is if an ad would play for a normal person, it won't play for a premium user, but I earn a portion of the ad revenue I would earn as if a person didn't have premium. So, it's not the same rate as I would for a non-premium viewer, but it is a consistent rate. So premium still, if I put 1 million adverts in, you would get, I would earn portion of that from premium. So there was an interesting thing, I still don't know whether this happens now, but there was a bunch of channels that they would put like 50 adverts into their like 10-minute video, and everybody would get upset. But that wasn't because they were going after normal viewers, non-premium viewers. They were going after premium. So premium, you don't see the advert. And then they would just play 50 adverts, and they get a teeny tiny portion of your premium subscription every time an advert plays. So to non-premium members, the channels were unwatchable. But to premium members, they were giving away, well, not giving away, these channels were supping as much value out of the adverts from the premium as they could. Oops. Gene, I'm speaking to both people in Twitch and YouTube. I also try to phrase it in such a way that you would know what the chat said, without me having to repeat the chat, through context. I could be wrong. But most of the chat is happening on the YouTube side. Go away, cutscene. Old but not dead? Yes, definitely feeling a lot better. I basically had 2 days off, no streaming, so the voice has recovered from that. The physio's working. Oh, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. It is very much appreciated. I will pop the Twitch link into the chat and description. Why not? We can be devils with that. But it does involve me staring off into screens and stuff again. Not that. Alrighty, YouTube chat. It's not working. YouTube chat. Come alive. There we go. There is the Twitch link. If anybody wants to head over to Twitch and subscribe to me there, follow me, or whatever it's called on that side of the world. There we go. And then let's put it into the comments. Post it in the comments as a pinned comment. Nope, can't do that. But I can put it in the description. Fully recovered. Here is the Twitch link for those that would like to support me there. Doop, 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 doop. And there we go. Right, okay. So Twitch should be something. Thank you for the gifted subs, Joshua. It's much appreciated. Just pointing out that anybody who receives a sub, it is randomly chosen. It is not chosen by I or Joshua. It is YouTube who chooses. So if you do get a free membership, just thank Gregory over there. And yeah, just click buttons. Right, stuff. Nicholson, I feature them. Thank you for the super chat. I do feature them when they're around, but I'm not going to go hunt them down to drag them onto a stream. The cat has been in a couple thumbnails, and the dog was in thumbnail from 2 days ago. So there's that. Good night, Gregory. Thank you again for the gifted subs. I hope you sleep well. I think that between the two streams there is like a 10 to 15 or 20 second delay. But that's due to the, not the restream service, but how the two different services process incoming streams, as far as I understand.
Go north. Retrieve the lance.
Put your weapons down here. And did he find one? Here.
Okay.
Come. We have much to discuss.
Sven, I will probably always stream to both platforms, just because I can. So if you prefer to watch on YouTube, then you will not miss out.
If freeing Mortitus is what we must do, then we must be ready.
Yes?
I'm sure it does. I know at some point, one of the times I tried restreaming, it was like 2-minute difference between YouTube and Twitch. And that was just ridiculous. So having a conversation which is like 10 seconds out from what you're saying is one thing, but holding two conversations, one that's talking about 10 seconds ago and one that's talking about 2 minutes ago, that's just, you just keep repeating the same things over and over again. Fair enough, Paul. I could make a sandwich and get the pets. Yeah, like I said, if they were around and within arm's reach, I would definitely grab them for cute votes for the channel. I am not beyond this.
Yes? Farewell.
Well, hopefully both YouTube and Twitch are, from the way the conversation's been going, I'd say both are within relatively, the same thing. So the conversation I'm having now will hit both platforms pretty much at the same time. Well, for what I'm doing, I'm not streaming from my end to two servers. I'm streaming from restream.io. So the difference would be from their servers to the local ingestion servers for the stream, which I imagine would be pretty close because it's also in the States. So I maybe it could be a function of distance. It could also be how the ingestion servers are processing signals. Could be slightly different, which would lead to slightly different. I mean, the encoding would be different. Also, Twitch is locked at a very low bit rate, so they should, in theory, be able to encode the stream faster than YouTube, which is at a higher bit rate. Thank you very much, Patrick Conrad. Hopefully we'll be back soon enough. We're recovering from voice surgery. I asked them to install at least 6 different voices while they were at it. They said they'll do their best. I'm waiting for all the recovery to finish, and then we can test out the new TTS software they installed. It was a firmware upgrade. Unfortunately, they had to interface directly with the port to install the firmware upgrade, but it's done. It's busy upgrading at the moment. ETA 3 weeks. Hopefully they'll release a new patch in the meantime, and then we can start with the same old voices. I have to learn my old voices again, and then we can start working on some new voices. I watched the surgery of watched a video of my surgery, which I'm not going to share. I can't share it. But, oh my god, that was weird. Because I had to be awake through the whole surgery. Well, awake through the whole. They had me on some serious sedatives, so whenever they needed me to talk, they would wake me up. So I wasn't properly, what do they call it, conscious sedation. So it was local anesthetic into the throat. They cut the throat open. They were digging around in there, and if they needed me to talk, they would wake me up from my sedation sleep, like a normal unconscious sleep rather than like surgery sleep, and then they would ask me questions. Lying there, and they'd be like, okay, now we want you to say this word, and we want you to do this, and we want you to do that. And then once they stopped talking to me, I'd drift off to sleep again. And then they would wake me up every time they needed something. Definitely an experience. I was awake, however, when they drilled into my esophagus with a drilling machine. That's... Except I don't know what the hell it was, because I couldn't see it. And because of it being internal, it sounded to me like an angle grinder. So after the surgery, the first thing I was like, did you guys use an angle grinder on me? Like a surgical angle grinder? And they were like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, no, there was this point, and somebody started using the angle grinder, and I could feel like a vibration in my neck and stuff. So, I mean, I don't mind if you used an angle grinder, it just sounded very weird. And he was like, oh, no, it wasn't an angle grinder. It was a drilling machine. And then after the surgery, the voice surgeon was like, my cartilage in my Adam's apple had ossified so much that it was as hard as bone. So, there we go. Interesting stuff. Definitely Borg conversion. So after the surgery was done, sitting here at home after they released me, because I wasn't in there I was overnight. They released me the next day. And they released me, and it was sore, like to swallow and everything. And so they drilled a hole this side, they drilled a hole this side into the Adam's apple, they cut this open and everything. And I'm sitting here. Fair enough, Sven. That would not be the first time. Let me just... recovered. Yeah. There we go. Updated the description. Anyway, yeah, so they cut, you see a nice scar there. So they cut that open, and then they drilled into the Adam's apple. Just as a thing. So I'm sitting at home, sort of swallow, they give you painkillers and everything like that. And I'm sitting here, and I've got a sneeze brewing. And all I can think of is I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to pop these holes out, and I'm going to look like a bullfrog, because my throat's just going to go brrr, 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 every time I sneeze. That didn't happen, obviously. It just hurt like hell. But I thought that was funny. But I also do have a very warped sense of humor. Vladimir, it's basically a combination of two things. So in my younger days, I suppose to a degree now, I can be quite aggressive, and was more so in my younger days. So that's where the aggro comes from. And Squirrel is from the movie Up. So in the movie Up, they have the dogs, and every now and again they'll be in the middle of a conversation, and they'll stop, and they'll stare off, and they go, "Squirrel?" And then continue talking. So between me and my friends, Squirrel meant like easily distracted. So aggro Squirrel is aggressive, but easily distracted. Is kind of where it comes from. The dam board, currently, yeah, it's more the high-pitched voices, so using the muscles that have never really been used before, they're a bit achy. The problem is now, I'll do the voice, like last night, I was doing a checklist of voices, and it didn't feel too bad, just strained a little, but this morning I woke up with a sore throat, which is the normal thing. You normally don't see your vocal overuse the same day. You normally see it the day after or the day after that. So right now they don't hurt. A week ago, just after the surgery, a couple of days after the surgery, anything that wasn't my normal voice, anything that moved the Adam's apple would ache and hurt, which makes sense because it was rubbing against cut flesh and stuff. But now it's just strain, vocal strain, and a bit of an achy voice, which over the last 5 years you kind of get used to that. People do back-breaking labor, get a sore back. I do vocal work and have a sore voice. For 3 years, before this whole voice doctor thing started, I had a sore voice for 3 years, solid. Stop doing that, hand. So, yeah. This game is the Last Epoch, which is actually like a 3-4-year-old game at this point, but it was in early access for quite a while. All right, hydration. It is important. No, no, stop doing that. My hands are up. I'm not clicking. Okay. As it just means I walk into the portal from the right-hand side, walking to the left-hand side. So I assume that when you come out the portal, you'd be walking that way. That's why I keep doing it. I give up. I give up. Aha! I clicked on the correct side. Cool. Okay. Stuff and things are happening. What are we doing? Cool. Falling Frontier. I don't think I've heard of that one. I could be wrong. Yep. I don't want them to piddle little bones onto the carpet, so I have to take them out for a walk. At least once a day. That's not very nice. They want me to die. Well, I suppose I already am dead. Well, mostly. Well, we're up to 56 viewers. We're getting there. We can make it. 60 is just around the corner. I hope, no, I pray that someday we can hit 100. But I think if I do consistent Saturday streams, we'll probably get up to 100. I just need to figure out how, through OBS, I can set up a schedule for the stream so that it sends out notifications before the stream starts. But that is a technical behind the screens. Sounds interesting, Paul. Sounds interesting. Twitter. Yes, we're streaming there to 9 people. Don't know whether that's a good thing or not. It was just an option. I have a Twitter account, or in case of emergencies with YouTube. So I was like, fine, we'll stream. Consistently getting the same viewers, as Twitch, which is interesting. Especially since I would never really considered Twitter to be that much of a platform. Nice, Vent. Nice. How's the interface on Twitter streams? I don't think their messages are coming through. I'm not sure. That definitely sounds interesting. Okay, 8% movement speed. Chance to gain haste, that's good. Less damage over time. When you gain haste or refresh, its duration, you gain forward. That sounds good. What does this do? This does lots of speed. Gives me rating. Yeah. These would be better for a dex-based character, which I'm not, so I think this will definitely help more. Okay. Sure. It is very much appreciated, Sven. Okay. Morning Frost, unique boots. We don't do... I've got a lot of speed. We don't do cold damage. So it doesn't really help me. Okay. Give me a second. I need to take this phone call. It's from a security guard. So, yes, might be important. Right. Be right back. I do apologize for walking away, but I do need to make this phone call to check if everything's okay with the security guard. Be right back. Okay, back. Yes. Something happened. Nothing important. But the security guard is a bit weird. He was phoning me to tell me that he's going to send me a picture in the morning about the thing that happened. So it's kind of like, well, why didn't you just wait until tomorrow morning and just tell me then, if it's not that important? But anyways, I am back. Yes, the game is called Last Epoch. It is an ARPG about ARPG stuff, as you can very well be assured. Lots of murder and mayhem. Good evening, Brian. I hope you're doing well. Doing well. I hope you are well, or doing okay. My English is delicious. It's not like it's my primary language or anything. Oh, that's awesome, Brian. Thank you for spending with us for a little while. As long as you take it easy, recuperate, and have a good day off. To me, a nice day off is when I don't have to do anything. Where I can just sit, vegetate, play a game, watch a movie, whatever. You know, let the woes of the world wash away. And sleep. Sleep is definitely a day off thing. Excuse me. Yeah. None that I can think of immediately, as in like specifically favorite authors. And I don't really do this favorite thing. I'll have favorites for different reasons, so it's not really a favorite. But the hell's it called? I'm trying to remember. It was an author, it was a 6-book series called The Solar Clipper Chronicles. I really enjoyed that. It was a very good book. A very good take on a space opera, because it focused on a merchant ship in space and how it functioned more like a old school merchant ship in sailing history. So that was quite interesting, and it sort of follows the career of this guy. He turns 18 in the first book, and in the last book, I think he's 50 or 60. So he works his way up from like deckhand to captain. I enjoy that. Might even actually even released a new one relating to that book series. I did, but not too much. The big problem was finding enough people to play with. So this was also a pre-internet age, so it became difficult. But I did play some. Not enough that, you know, I'm a D&D aficionado or a Call to Cthulhu aficionado or anything like that. Yeah, that's the one, Shadow Dragon. That is definitely the one I was thinking of. Possibly. So before narrating, I'd go through phases because, you know, money wasn't really available. So I'd read manga or light novels. Then I'd play games for a couple months. Then I'd watch a bunch of movies for a couple months, and then I'd cycle back. So I was reading mostly like web novels and stuff at that time, and then on occasion I would binge or get enough money for Kindle, and then I would buy a bunch of books and read that. Or bunch, like 2 or 3. So yeah, this is also before Kindle Unlimited, so I didn't really get into the longer series. There was another one which was quite decent. What the hell was it called? Don't know. RimWorld series was RimWorld. It was called RimWorld. Was decent. Ah, fair Kev. Leave me alone. I'm summoning my minions. How dare you interrupt me? Really? One shot KO. That's nice. Again, I don't have the greatest armor on at the moment. I've always meant to, well, since I did First Contact, I've meant to go read the Bolo series, because as far as I understand, a lot of First Contact was inspired by it. But since I've started narrating, reading outside of anything that I'm working on is currently falls by the waist. Good evening, Coyote. Hope you're doing well. As for old ones, the only one that like pops to my mind is the Steel Rat, I think it was called. It's a very weird series. Moustache hair attacking my nose. Yeah, stainless steel rat, yeah. Definitely an odd one. Don't know. I'm partial to like Space Odyssey because it's like a classic look. Or either Event Horizon, that was also. But that's because it was a demonic ship. You know, I mean, you gotta give props to demonic ships. Yeah, I'm definitely healing, getting there. Hopefully within 2 weeks we can be back to recording stuff. This stream we started off by starting a blood feud with the TTS channel, which is, you know, probably going to keep me up tonight. Might even cry myself to sleep because of that tonight. I'm not entirely sure. I might need to vote on that. But other than that, you know, 2 hours in, we're still going great. My back isn't completely decked. So, while I did read a lot of sci-fi, I was normally like new sci-fi books rather than old sci-fi books. I like June didn't really read it. Well, I've got no problem with Net Narrator. He's not threatening my channel. So yeah, it was always about a time and money thing. When I have time to read books, those books, I generally didn't have the money to read them. And when I had the money to read them, I generally didn't have the time to read them. So there's that. I mean, my probably most watched science fiction thing would be Doctor Who, which I watched pretty religiously up until Capaldi. Star Trek, Star Wars, that sort of stuff. All good, Coyote. I mean, sarcasm's so difficult to push through on text. But, I mean, also people imagine beef where there is no beef. That's happened before. Yes, bow ties. Yeah, no. Not on me. Maybe on other people, but not me. Look, Tom Baker reminds me of my dad. I think it was around about the time when my dad started watching that sort of stuff. I suppose this is not going out and causing Ian Tennant was pretty cool. But I'm also Eccleston. I think he was a pretty cool doctor as well. But, yeah. Favorite would be Jonathan Hurt Doctor. The War Doctor. Mainly because Jonathan Hurt. wasn't just playing one song over and over again. This is actually a different song. Pretty sure it's just playing this one song over again. There we go. Fair enough. It just had a very different tempo, and the tempo had been going for the last 5 minutes. It was the backbeat of the words that gave it away. It was just the beat, I wouldn't have noticed. Which I kind of think is the point of lo-fi. Well, I don't think the Doctor series was ever meant to be taken seriously. I think it's always been tongue-in-cheek from the beginning. Which is kind of what I liked. It was just... So, I mean, I suppose the first series was quite hardcore. But a lot of them moved towards the tongue-in-cheek side of it. Yeah. That still works its way into conversations up to this day with my family. Are you my mummy? Although I didn't enjoy Torchwood particularly. A better creed? Definitely. No idea what that means, but definitely. And if it's a good thing. If it's a bad thing, then not so much. Well, I could see why that would be a scary episode. I mean, I heard stories of the Blitz through my grandfather and dad, so it kind of hit a little different for me. But still a good episode. Not good, Coyote, but yes, war does suck. I think we'll go with a bit more mana regen. But yes, my voice is definitely starting to feel the strain. A bit more rumbly than it should be. So I don't know how much longer we will be going, but we have been going for 2 hours, which is definitely an improvement over a week ago. Been an eventful evening. Blood feuds, chats, laugh, eyebrows, all of that stuff. Good stuff. Entertaining. Drama. All the things one would want in a live stream. I mean, it's definitely a vast improvement. Judging by the strain on my voice with streaming, I'll probably push it up to like 3. Yes, Maria, I am still in South Africa. We are now immigrating to Portugal and started that process, which should be quicker than the UK one. So I think the equivalent of a 5 or 6 hour stream of strain on the voice should mean that I am good to go for normal day of work for narration. But that's just a gut feeling. There's definitely no way to know. Probably Cape Verde or name's gone. Yeah, so for the visa that we are looking at, we have to have a year-long lease already to get the visa. So we'll probably start off in a city, preferably one where most people are bilingual, or dual language, so that my dumbass can learn some Portuguese. But eventually we want to move out to central Portugal, maybe get a little homesteady thing. And yeah, give my dad something to do for his retirement. He can wander around the farmstead doing farmstead stuff, keeping himself busy and out of mischief and happy, which is all I can ask for. Thank you very much, Mario. I actually have bumped into somebody in real life that watches me on YouTube, which is very, very, very weird for me. Especially for a channel my size, you don't really expect it. But, yeah. Dude walked up to me and was like, "Hey, aren't you?" I'm like, yes? Wow. Yeah, definitely need to work on something. I'm getting one hit too often now. But then again, I'm also not really paying that much attention. Chat is more interesting than the game. Run away. Just so I can summon everything. Okay. I think we'll go for another 10 minutes. It's a solid 2.5 hour stream. I think that's quite decent. And then by the end of the week, we should be pushing 3.5 hours. Which would be fucking fantastic. Good news is the last stream didn't get limited or demonetized, so it was just the right amount of swearing. Which means nothing to me, because I wasn't really paying that much attention on my words. So, hopefully this stream is also not demonetized or limited because of my swearing. I don't think I've sworn too much in this video. My source of income will be my YouTube channel. That's how I'm getting my visa. That's how I maintain my visa. So, regardless of what we choose to do in Portugal, I have to continue doing this. Not that I mind. There's nothing wrong with this. Pays the bills and then some. Gives me a good life, all of that stuff. So, the homestead will just be a bonus. And a retirement package for my dad. We'll probably have to move to some form of internet, satellite internet, for the YouTube channel. But in our life, mine, the wife's, and this family, the YouTube channel comes first for a lot of things. Sounds weird to say it, but it is the primary source of income for the family. It's the only source of income for the family. So, there's that. Paulin, thank you very much for the super chat. It's very much appreciated. And I'm glad that the stories help you and you're enjoying them. Dungeon Life was good. I mean, it was a nice slice of life. Survivor is also good in its own way. And then there's Delta as well. I mean, they're all good in their own way. But I think the author of Dungeon Life succeeded very much in the characters that he made. The world was still mostly unknown, but the characters were interesting, which I think pushed that story quite a bit. I'm gonna teleport to the mainland. Gonna stop the game. And we're gonna have a last 10-minute discussion where my full attention is on you, chat. All 60 of you. Let's click that button. Hello, chat. It's time to do a little winding down on the wind down stream, on the chill stream. And just move chats over here. So there we go. So now I can sort of vaguely look in your direction, chat. Yeah, it's fair, Coyote. I mean, I'm going in on the digital nomad visa, which means to get the visa, I need to earn money from overseas, which is, fair enough, which is what YouTube is. So it's not like I can move to Portugal and then make homesteading my profession. So I'd have to stay as an international earner for 5 years until I got my Portuguese passport. And then I could, in theory, shift to any other profession, local profession or international. You got our music, you got our Twitter. I actually want to see the Twitter. I haven't actually seen what Twitter livestream looks like. Mute website. My pleasure, Coyote. Hey, the visa that I'm going on is why a lot of people have started using Portugal, going to Portugal, for immigration. As long as you can earn a certain amount per month or per year through international means, that means you get to live there, basically. Yeah, that sounds would be quite complicated, Brian. UK, we bashed our head against that immigration process for 2 years, which is even more ridiculous because I'm a British citizen through heritage. So I got my passport. That took 6 months of fighting. And then to get my other family, my wife and brother-in-law over, that was going to be a serious fight. Well, it was a serious fight. That was 18 months. And we still weren't any closer to figuring that out. So I hope everything goes smoothly for you. So one of the things, Brian, that I thought was quite funny, me and wife, we've known each other for, I think, 12 or 13 years now. We've been married for 7, I want to say. We had to prove to the English government that we have known each other for 12 years and that we have been married. So we had to find 12 photographs of us together over the 12 years. And it could only just be, we had to be in the photo together. as part of the package, which is not normally how photos work, because you're either taking a photo of your other, or your other is taking a photo of you. Rarely are you both in the photos, and I'm also not a very big social media person, so, and neither is my wife. So we didn't take a ton of photos together. So trying to get those 12 photos to prove that we'd known each other for 12 years, that was just one of the ball aches that entailed into going to UK. Yeah, that is a level of bureaucracy that is beyond measure. But as I tell my dad, there is a reason why there's a red cross on the English flag, and that is because the English love red tape so much that they put it on their flag. This is why we're looking at Portugal now, so hopefully that'll be less issues. We're still waiting for some stuff to happen in South Africa. We're selling our old property, and we can't do anything until that's gone through, which could take a little while. The property is sold, but it's sitting at the deeds office, which could take a long time. Paul, it is supposed to be easier, but don't tell the English that. That's true. American flag does have more red stripes. More red tape. Okay, that's 2.5 hours. I think we're good. Any questions or anything before I log off? I will be on tomorrow night again. We'll push it up to 2.5 hours again tomorrow, depending on how the voice is handling up. But, yeah. Any last questions? Any deep insights? Probably not, Paul. Probably not, because I am already British, so there is that. So South Africa is also an ex-Commonwealth, or is a Commonwealth, so I'd imagine it's about as difficult to go from Pakistan to England as it is to go from South Africa to England the legal way. Same time tomorrow, Sven. It'll be 6 o'clock GMT plus 2. So that's my time zone is 6 o'clock GMT plus 2. Bear 1066, it is doing great. We have recovered. Well, we are recovering. We're busy doing physio for the next couple weeks. And then once that's finished, we shall start going content again. Fair enough, Paul. Fair enough. I mean, each country has its own problems getting into them. I just thought because I was a British citizen and my wife is South African, which is a Commonwealth country, it would be not as difficult as it was. And this is through lawyers and stuff, so it's not like we're stumbling our way through it. We hired people whose job it is to get this sorted out. Not too much. I mean, I've got soundproofing in the room, which is this brown stuff over here. Is sound dampening. And not too often. When I start recording, the dog normally leaves because, I'm disturbing his nap by screaming at my computer. And the cat does what the cat does. Waits for the most inopportune moment and comes and annoys me. Alrighty, I think that is it. I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope you had a good night. I did. This chat was interesting. The lore of the channel has now increased to include blood feuds, which is definitely something to add to the books. And, yeah, hopefully less blood feuds and more chilling and relaxing and streams tomorrow. Goodbye. Have a good evening. I'll see you